Hi, my name's Tyra. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to be going over the storyboard strategy, what it is, why it's useful, and how you can apply it in your classroom. So first of all, what is a storyboard? So a storyboard is a strategy that helps students keep track of a narrative's main ideas and supporting details by having them illustrate the story's important scenes. So a storyboard is a writing format. It's generally a set of boxes placed in a logically sequenced order. Each box or frame is a place for the writer to put information, pictures, symbols, or text. So storyboards appear in many forms, from emerging literacy books to emergency instructions on airplanes to technical textbooks. Storyboards are widely used because we know pictures combined with text offer a rich synthesis of information that can entertain and inform. In a classroom, storyboards are helpful for students to be able to retell the main events of a narrative. At the younger grades, such as kindergarten or grade 1, the storyboard strategy can help students identify the beginning, middle, and end of a story. For intermediate students, the strategy can be broadened to Freytag's pyramid, which outlines the 7 key steps in storytelling, including exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, and denouement. All right, so now that I've given you a quick rundown of what a storyboard strategy is and why it's useful in the classroom, I'm going to be demonstrating it as well. So the first demonstration is going to be in an idea kindergarten or grade 1 class and what storyboards would look like with them. And then my second demonstration is going to be a storyboard for a grade 7 class. So stay tuned and we'll get the demonstrations rolling. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking us through the demonstration part of the storyboard strategy. This first strategy would be used ideally in a primary classroom because it's a very simple model of the storyboard strategy. But at that level, it's going to be very useful for them. So first of all, when you're going to have a student engage in this activity, in primary, you're going to want to set them up with 3 boxes. These boxes are going to be a place for them to illustrate and describe the beginning of a story, the middle of a story, and then the end of a story. Very simple, it's broken down into 3 parts, and what this strategy does is it helps young children identify the important parts of a story, and at that age it also helps them understand that there is a beginning, a middle, and end to a story as well. All right, so that is the primary, and now I'm going to show us a demonstration on what it would look like in an intermediate classroom. Okay, so as you can see, the storyboard strategy looks a little bit more advanced. This is because I've added in what is called the Freytag's pyramid. So the Freytag's pyramid describes, first of all, how a story progresses. So beginning with exposition, and then the inciting incident of a story. Then we have the rising action, and this can be in multiple boxes as well. Then we have climax, denouement or the unknotting of the story, and then finally the resolution. So as you can see in these boxes here, they would illustrate in an intermediate classroom, first the exposition in this box, which would be ideally the beginning of the story, and then the inciting incident in the second box. So this is any piece of information that's going to bring us to the climax. Next, rising action. So this is any event that's going to lead us to the climax. And sometimes in more intermediate level storybooks, the rising action could be split up into more than one box. So this is why I've had 3 here, and they're attached together to explain the rising action. All right, now that the student ideally would have filled out the rising action, the next step is to identify the climax. So in this box here, students would illustrate the climax of the story. Next, we have the denouement or the unknotting of the story. And finally, the resolution of the story. So as you can see, it's slightly more complex, but the exact same idea. This works better for the intermediate because generally their stories are more complex and they do have more details to explain. So using the storyboard strategy and break takes pyramid would really help them to pull out those main ideas and the main events in the story, and also to understand the resolution and the end of a story. So that is it for my storyboard strategy demonstration. Thanks for watching, and I hope that after watching you have a better idea on how to implement the storyboard strategy in your classroom. Thanks.